Let's begin with this fallout between President Trump and his former first buddy, Elon Musk. What started as the world's richest man not seeing eye to eye with the White House on the one big, beautiful bill has erupted into a firestorm of posts and accusations. Musk claiming that without him, President Trump would have lost the election. And they're slinging other claims, against one another. Musk is slinging them against the president, and then the president firing off his own salvos of his own, hitting Musk where it hurts. We have our team of correspondents in the nation's capital covering the escalating feud this morning. Let me start off with Libbey Dean at the White House. Libbey, this has been crazy to watch the back and forth. Any sign of a cool down today?
No, Markie, and it continued into this morning, and really all eyes on these two this morning, President Trump and Elon Musk, because they're expected to speak today. That's according to Politico, who's reporting that that conversation is going to happen. And this comes after the tech billionaire's relationship with the president really began to fray yesterday, and we all watched that take place. This all happening less than a week after Musk exited his role as special government employee. Now, this feud playing out very publicly on social media into the wee hours of this morning, centered on the big, beautiful bill, and these comments from President Trump coming yesterday inside the Oval Office before things really escalated.
I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot. Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem, and he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate.
Right after that comment from President Trump, Elon Musk firing off a string of posts on X, one of them saying he never even saw the one big, beautiful bill and describing it as a mountain of disgusting pork, and later as the big, ugly spending bill. These posts really continued to escalate until Musk said it was, quote, time to drop the really big bomb, accusing President Trump of being in the Jeffrey Epstein files and claiming that was the reason that these files actually haven't been made public yet, something President Trump has vowed to do. And President Trump fired back in his own post of his own on Truth Social, including one where he wrote Elon was wearing thin and he just went crazy. Now, a source tells us that the House Speaker, Mike Johnson, he described Musk as being hung up on the spending in this big, beautiful bill, Trump's bill. And as for that call that's reportedly happening today between President Trump and Elon Musk, we'll be watching to see if the tension over this one big, beautiful bill eases and if the tension in their relationship at all eases, as things really escalated yesterday, Markie.
Yeah, we'll see what today has in store. But also, Musk's net worth took such a hit yesterday during this feud. What's the impact of this fallout looking like on Musk's companies?
Right. We watched this fallout happen on social media, but also Tesla stocks taking that major hit Thursday in that heat of all of this coming out on social media as well. And stocks tumbled nearly 15% once this posting started, wiping out $150 billion in market value by the end of yesterday. And Musk also said SpaceX would decommission the Dragon spacecraft. That's the same space capsule that brought two astronauts back to Earth after they were stranded in space for months. Now, Musk later did backtrack on those claims, and NASA said that it would continue to work to ensure that President Trump's objectives in space are met, but certainly something that we saw escalate from Elon Musk, and we'll likely hear from President Trump on that sometime today.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.